Hi, welcome to another session on CareNiche HMO Software. In this session, I'm about to show you how you can be able to perform the following actions, as in how to work with enrollees. And basically, this will be what we'll be looking at. We'll be looking at how to create enrollees. How do you upload enrollees? We will not go into the details of upload or direct creation of enrollee. We'll not really be creating enrollees. We'll just show you how to, because it's how to video. We'll look at how you search for enrollee, viewing enrollee by provider, viewing enrollee by organization, changing enrollee provider, archiving enrollee, export enrollee, and delete enrollee. Basically, at the end of the day, you would have learned how to work around with enrollee on our application. So let's keep it going. So basically, you remember how to log on. You go to demo.careniche.com.ng or whatever tool that you want. If you have requested a login account, we would have created a login account for you, and you'll be able to create accounts for your own users. And then we sign in. And once we sign in, we get the environment. As in, so here you go. From the menu bar, you can see my mouse around the menu bar. You select formal, and then it shows you all the enrollee that are in the formal sector. That's the NHIS enrollee. These ones were uploaded directly from the NHIS folders. And then we have the private. For the private will allow you to actually see all the enrollees that are under the private scheme. Let's look closely at them. From the formal scheme, you have the NHIS ID and the sub-ID. The sub-ID indicates whether is principal, dependent, spouse, and so on. And then the name, the date of birth, the gender, the state of origin, the HCP, the provider code, and then the organization that they are from. As in, we have the checkboxes that are by the side, which allows us to perform specific tasks. Like if I select items, the checkboxes can allow me to perform activities like archiving selected, as in I can archive the selected or archive all. Well, before I start archiving, let me show you adding new enrollee. This will rarely be used, but if for any reason you want to add a new enrollee, once I click on add new enrollee button, it takes me to the point where I can add all my enrollee button information. And once I click on the create below, as in I add parameters like NHIS ID, sub-ID, son name, first name, other names, date of birth, gender, address, designation, occupation, phone number, state, enrollee type, and so on. And then once I'm done with the addition, I create it, it joins my list. I can carry out what we call archival of enrollee. I can either archive selected or archive all. Archive all, archive selected. The purpose of archiving enrollee is when there are two reasons why you might archive enrollee. One, when you have a new list from NHIS, you want to archive all your old enrollees. You don't want to delete them because in future, you might want to confirm if you had received an enrollee once and is no longer active, but you still want to resolve one issue or the other with the enrollee. The second reason for archiving enrollee is maybe on private. You have people that have subscribed to your plan. Their premium have expired. They are supposed to renew the expired premium. They've not renewed yet, and you don't want them to access care until they are renewed. You actually use archive enrollee. So it takes it out, but it doesn't delete it from the platform. Anything that is archived is kept for 6 months before it is brought back after that period. Also, we can carry out tasks like changing provider. You can select specific enrollees and then say you want to change their provider. All you just need is select them, click on change provider. The provider comes as a drop down, and then you select the particular provider you want to change them to, and you select the change provider button. In this case, I'm not changing provider, so I'm closing it. We have export. Export or export selected. Export allows you to send your list to Excel for any reason that you might have to send your list to Excel, you can use export to send it. Then we have delete. You can delete all or delete selected. Delete all will delete everything that I have on this place, all the 15,999 enrollees. While delete selected will just delete the ones that I've selected. I have other activities that I can go to. Like I want to see lives per provider. It can show you how many lives you have per provider. This is the provider name. I have 8 lives there. So it shows you the lives you have by provider. And then if it says 8 lives, if you want to confirm, when you click, you can actually see all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 providers. These are the names of the 8 providers that are under the Abia State Teaching Hospital. You can go back to enrollees because we are working on enrollees. If you want to see archived enrollees, just click on archived enrollees. Clicking on archived enrollees will load all the enrollees that have been archived, and then you can go back. I have virtual 127,000 enrollees archived, and then I can go back to enrollees. I can also say all enrollees will return me to all the enrollee list. Back to providers would send me back to provider. Then I can go to organization. Like, let me finish the remaining on private. If I go to private, I can say organization enrollees. It shows me all the enrollees by their organization. If you see, the figure is showing 975, and the real people that made the 975 are here, and that's why the heading is showing 975. So depending on what I select, this one is 6 and it's showing 6. So, and then I can go back to my enrollee. Lastly, if you want to carry out any action or you are looking for specific enrollee, like you are looking for enrollees that are by the name Afolabi, just type Afolabi and do your search. It's telling you I have 6 Afolabis on this platform, and then it can show you all your 6 Afolabis, so you can carry out any task you want to carry out on them. The interesting thing is that for private, we can upload pictures, and then the providers can be able to see if it is exactly the person that is on the picture that is supposed to access care. Or although on the former, we cannot upload pictures because of the frequency at which it changes. And so that is that about it. So at the end of this particular session, you should have been able to learn about how enrollees are created, which is enrollees are created either through upload or direct creation. I showed you direct creation. Upload is going to come in a session later that we are going to show various uploads. How you can search for enrollee, that was the last task I carried out. How to view enrollee by provider, how to view enrollee by organization, how to change the provider of an enrollee, how to archive enrollee, how to export enrollee, and how to delete enrollee. If you have any question or comments, you can actually ask those questions on the platform where we have actually published the whole application. Thank you for joining me for this session, and catch you, and I will see you at the next session. Thank you very much, and God bless.